Welcome, brave souls, to a corner of the world where the veil between our reality and something else wears thin. Here, amidst the vast dark forests and the icy grip of winter, an ancient fear still stirs. They say the land remembers, and this land remembers the Wendigo. Forget your ghost stories and your creaky houses. We're talking about something far older, something that chills the very marrow. This isn't just a monster of folklore. It's a legend woven deep into the traditions of the Algonquin-speaking peoples, the Ojibwe, the Cree, the Saulteaux, and many other First Nations who have called this northern land home for centuries. Tonight, the wind carries their ancient whispers to us. The stories vary, as they often do with things that slither through the shadows of time. But the core remains the same, rooted in the very fabric of this land and the lives of its first peoples. The legend of the Wendigo wasn't born from idle fancy. It arose from the harsh realities of the northern wilderness. Imagine the long, unforgiving winters, the biting cold that seeped into everything, the gnawing threat of isolation and starvation. For the Algonquin people, survival depended on community, cooperation, and a deep respect for the delicate balance of nature. The Wendigo emerged in part as a stark warning against the ultimate transgression in such a world, cannibalism. In times of desperate famine, when the icy grip of winter held communities in its unforgiving embrace, some were pushed beyond the brink. It is said that those who succumbed to this unspeakable act did not merely survive, they changed. A terrible hunger, far beyond the need for flesh, took root within them, twisting their humanity and birthing something monstrous. The transformation is not a gentle one. It is a grotesque reshaping, a physical manifestation of the inner corruption. Some describe the Wendigo as gaunt and towering, impossibly thin, yet radiating a terrifying strength. Its skin is stretched taut over bone, its eyes burn with a malevolent hunger, and its breath carries the stench of the grave and something fouler. Others speak of a creature more bestial, with the head of a deer or elk, its antlers gnarled and sharp like the branches of a dead tree. But regardless of the specific form, one thing remains constant: the aura of unnatural cold that surrounds it, the feeling of dread that settles in the air like a suffocating blanket. This is not a creature of the natural world. This is an abomination, born from a violation of the most fundamental human taboos. Perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Wendigo is its call. It is said to be a high-pitched shriek, a bone-chilling wail that carries for miles through the silent woods. Some who have claimed to hear it describe a feeling of profound despair, a primal fear that grips the heart and paralyzes the limbs. The call is not merely a sound, it is a summons. It speaks to a deep, atavistic fear within us, the knowledge that we are prey in a world far older and darker than our own. To hear the call of the Wendigo is often the last warning you receive. It echoes the ancient warnings of the Algonquin people, a chilling reminder of the consequences of straying too far from the path of humanity. There are no official reports, no grainy photographs that can definitively prove the existence of the Wendigo. Only whispers, tales passed down through generations within the Algonquin communities, accounts from remote settlements, and the chilling unease felt by those who venture too far into the wilderness. Stories tell of hunters who went missing, their camps found abandoned, with tracks in the snow that were not quite human. Tales of isolated cabins where families vanished without a trace, behind only an echoing silence and a lingering sense of dread. These are the echoes of ancient fears, the stories that kept communities close and warned against the dangers lurking beyond the familiar. Some claim to have seen it, a fleeting glimpse of a gaunt figure moving silently between the trees, eyes that burned with an unholy light. Others speak of a presence, a feeling of being watched by something ancient and hungry, the air growing heavy and cold for no discernible reason. These are the moments that linger in the mind, the whispers in the dark that remind us that some legends, especially those born from deep cultural understanding, may hold a terrifying truth. But the Wendigo is not just a physical monster. For the Algonquin people, it also served as a potent symbol of the darkness that can reside within the human heart. It was a warning against greed, selfishness, and the ultimate taboo of cannibalism. The insatiable hunger of the Wendigo mirrored the destructive nature of these negative impulses, highlighting the importance of community and moderation for survival, both physically and spiritually. Some believe that the Wendigo spirit could also be invoked by these negative emotions, that extreme greed or envy could open a doorway, allowing this malevolent entity to take hold, possessing individuals and driving them to madness and violence. The true horror may lie in the realization that the seeds of the Wendigo's hunger, the potential for darkness, can be found within us all. In our modern world, with its GPS and satellite imagery, can such a creature truly exist? Perhaps not in the literal sense that the ancient stories describe, but the fear remains, a deep-seated unease that echoes the wisdom of the past. Hikers still go missing in the vast wilderness of northern Minnesota. Strange occurrences are still reported in isolated areas, and the old stories, the warnings passed down through generations of the Algonquin people, they persist. Could these be misidentifications, the work of wild animals? Or is there still something else out there, something ancient and hungry, lurking in the shadows of our understanding? The vast, untamed wilderness holds secrets, and some of those secrets may be far more terrifying than we can imagine, their roots stretching back to the very beginnings of human experience in this land. The old ways, the traditions of the Algonquin people speak of protection, respect for the land, for the spirits that reside within it, generosity, community, and the rejection of greed. These were not just moral codes, they were a shield against the darkness, against the very essence of the Wendigo. Some believe that certain rituals, certain songs passed down through generations, can ward off the Wendigo's influence. Others say that a pure heart and a strong spirit, rooted in the values of community and respect, are the greatest defense. But perhaps the most important protection is simply to remember the stories, to understand the warning they carry, a warning whispered across centuries by the original inhabitants of this land. The legend of the Wendigo endures, not just as a spooky campfire tale, but as a powerful reminder of the fragility of our humanity and the darkness that can consume us. It speaks to the power of the wilderness, the ancient forces that lie dormant beneath the surface of our civilized world. It carries the weight of generations of Algonquin storytelling, a cultural touchstone that speaks to the dangers both within and without. So, the next time you find yourself in the quiet solitude of the Minnesota woods, listen closely to the wind. Pay attention to the shadows that dance at the edge of your vision, And remember the tale of the Wendigo, the hunger that cannot be satisfied, the terror that still whispers on the wind, a whisper that carries the wisdom and the fear of those who knew this land long before us. The darkness here holds a different kind of chill, doesn't it? A chill that seeps into your bones and lingers long after the story is done. The Wendigo may be just a legend, born from the harsh realities and deep-seated beliefs of the Algonquin people. But in the vast, unforgiving wilderness, where the lines between reality and nightmare can blur, it's a legend that makes you think twice about what might be lurking just beyond the edge of the firelight. Sleep tight, if you can, because out here, in the heart of Minnesota, the wind still carries the ancient whispers of a hunger that never dies. What do you think? Does knowing the origins of the Wendigo legend make it even more chilling? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, be sure to like and subscribe for more tales from the darker corners of our world. Tales often rooted in the rich and sometimes terrifying histories of the land we inhabit. Sweet dreams. Or perhaps not.